welcome back to my channel. It's me, Zaza here, and you are joining me with a new video today. If you are new, then welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy my video, and if you haven't already, go and check out my last videos that I have up on my channel. So today I wanted to speak about something that I believe most people have struggled with at some point in their life, like whether it's when they was really young or as they got older. But I think that a majority of people, girls and boys, have struggled with this, and it's self-esteem and self-confidence. I actually want to just go back. So when I was really young, like primary school age, so probably from about, I don't know, about 8 years old, I realised my physique, I realised what I looked like. You know, when you start to have these realisations as you get older. So I had these realisations that I was very skinny. Like, I was very skinny. Like, you could put your hand around my ankle, like you just could go like that. I was so thin, and I had a really big gap in my tooth. Like, the gap is kind of a family thing. It's like, we have gaps and that's fine, but mine was massive. Like, my little finger could fit through the gap in my front teeth. It was massive. And obviously I have a widow's peak, which, you know, everyone says, like the McDonald's sign and all that kind of stuff. And I never really felt nothing about it. It was just, okay, this is me kind of thing. And then as time went on, I started to, I wouldn't say get picked on, because, or bullied. I wouldn't use those words, because I gave as good as I got. Like, it was just, I don't know if it was just a primary school thing. Like, everyone used to tease each other. I don't like to use these terms, but I guess we was the popular ones in our year or whatever, and we just, that's just how we were. We used to just pick on each other. Well, not pick on each other, but like call each other out for stuff. And those were the things that I used to get called out on. My skinniness, my gap, and oh, my days with my gap. They used to be so mean. You know what they used to say to me? I don't know if you remember, but back then, obviously this is the 90s, yeah? And at the time there was this Gap advert, the clothing Gap advert, and it used to be fall into the gap. They used to sing that to me like every day. Like every day. And I used to laugh because it was funny, innit? Like, come on, I had this massive gap, so and I was never, at that time, I wasn't insecure. Obviously I was very young. I didn't even, do you know what I'm saying? Like, you're just starting to realise yourself, let alone be insecure. I wasn't insecure. But there were times when, as time got on, I think when I was like getting to like 10, it started to actually penetrate my mind. Like, oh my gosh, I am really skinny. Oh my gosh, I do have a really big gap. And sometimes it would make me quite emotional and think, oh, am I not supposed to be like this? Like, I just thought my physique and how I looked was normal. And, you know, before that, obviously, before school, you have family, and your family tell you you're beautiful or whatever. So I never really thought nothing of my appearance. I later found out that one of the people that I used to have a crush on, I hope he never watches this, but he knew, everyone knew at the time. One of the boys that I had a crush on, he used to tease me a lot. Like, out of everyone, he was the worst. And he had quite skinny legs too, so I used to call him chicken legs, but that's another story. But yeah, so he used to tease me a lot, and because I fancied him, like, it was a big deal. It became a big deal that he was teasing me all the time about being skinny and having a big gap. So I used to think, okay, maybe so he must think I'm ugly then, because he's teasing me like this. Like, it was every day. Like, it got to the point it was every day. So I was thinking like, wow, the guy that I fancy, or the little, at the time, little boy that I fancy, doesn't like me. So it was quite, you know, disheartening. When I left primary school, I then later found out that he actually teased me because he fancied me too. And it was really weird because I didn't really understand it. Maybe because we was really young and the whole boyfriend girlfriend thing was a bit silly at that age. Like, it wasn't serious, obviously. You know, when you're like 10, it's not really something you should be doing anyway at 10. Other people in the class were in relationships, but he just used to tease me, and it was so weird. When I found out, I didn't believe them, like, until one day one of my friends was like, oh, he really likes you. But by this stage, I didn't like him anymore. I wasn't attracted to him anymore in that way. Like, he was just a friend, do you know what I mean? So she told me, oh yeah, he fancies you, he wants to speak to you, blah blah, and I was like, nah, not on it. I'm not interested like that. So yeah, no. But anyway, so then when I started secondary school, I was still really skinny. Yeah, I was still really skinny until I got to like year 9. So when I was probably about 14, I started to put on the weight. But before that, I started to become, I don't know if I can call it insecure, or I don't think I ever had a low self-esteem, but I didn't see myself as necessarily attractive. Like, I didn't think I I didn't really think I was pretty. I didn't really think I was attractive. Although at the time, like, as soon as I hit like 12, the body started forming. I started coming to my own. I started, you know, doing my hair and wearing the clothes that I like, and I was out all the time. So I was getting a lot of attraction from boys, obviously, and unfortunately some men. But yeah, so, and that was quite regular. I still didn't see myself as necessarily attractive or necessarily pretty. And then one day it got to a point where it was like, no, you've got to fix this. Like, you should think you're attractive, you should think that you're pretty, and you should think that people should be attracted to you. So I was like, you know what, this is what I'm gonna do. So every day I would look in the mirror and I would look at all my features on my face. Obviously I'm not talking about my body, but on my face I'd look at all my features and I'd be like, okay, you have really pretty eyes, you have really nice lips, you have really small ears, you've got a nice face shape, and I would just keep complimenting myself, telling myself, oh, you are really pretty, you are really pretty, oh my gosh, you've got really nice eyes, look at your eyes, oh my gosh, and they're really small and cute, and you're really small and cute. And by this time, I think by the time I like hit 12, 13, I became 5'1", and I have not changed since then. So I was like, you're cute, you're short, like, that's attractive, like, you're slim, you look really good, you look healthy. And at the time I was doing long distance running, so my physique was good. I was active all the time, and I was riding bikes and, you know, doing kid stuff. So I started to do that, and I think I did that probably for about 6 months or so, and I noticed that I just stopped doing it. And it wasn't that I consciously thought to myself, I'm going to stop doing it. I literally just stopped, and I think it was because by then I had accomplished what I had wanted to gain from doing it, and that was so that I could feel good about myself, not have low self-esteem, not have low self-confidence. And from then on, it was like, you are really pretty. And I still to this day look in the mirror, no makeup on, and think, yeah, you're not perfect. None of us are perfect. None of us are, you know, the ultimate beauty queen, and do you know what I'm saying? Like, we all have different things that we would necessarily, you know, would like to be different about ourselves, but I appreciate what I look like and who I am, and I think that shines through. You know, like they say, beauty is skin deep, and all the sayings that they say, it really does come through. When you're a genuinely nice person or you have a good heart, it shows through, and that is the most important thing. Like, and always know that just because you may not necessarily fit into the stereotype of what a majority or some people think is beautiful, does not mean you are not beautiful. It just means that, unfortunately, that's the stereotype that certain societies and certain people have. But there is always someone that's going to be attracted to you. You may be walking around thinking, oh, no one likes me, oh, I'm not, you know, I'm not good enough, I'm not sexy enough, I'm not pretty enough, but there will always be someone. And the best advice I could always give, especially if you're thinking that way and you're trying to meet someone, you can never meet someone with that kind of mentality. If you're trying to meet someone and you have this low self-esteem and low self-confidence, and you know, you want to be in a relationship, it's never going to happen. It's never going to work, because mentally you're telling yourself that you're not attractive, you're not good enough. Why does this person like me? Why should they like me? And with that going round in your brain, you're subconsciously telling that person not to be with you, not to like you, not to invest their time in you. So my best advice is to work on yourself first. And sometimes, yeah, people get lonely. You want company, you want other people to be around you and spend time with you and whatever, but if you don't work on yourself and be the best you can be and feel the best about yourself that you possibly can, then that's going to show through, and you are going to put that person off eventually. They're not going to be able to stick around with you feeling that way and not listening to them, because they're going to start thinking, well, if I think you're beautiful and you're constantly telling me no you're not, I just dropped my phone, but you're telling me you're not, then eventually that's going to subconsciously penetrate my brain, and then I'm going to be like, well, I don't want to deal with someone like this, because someone with low self-esteem, that can cause so much rife in a relationship. Especially, I've seen it with other people. It is not a good look. It can cause a lot in relationships. It's not a good look. So work on you first. And even if you want to use the tool that I used when I was very young to make myself aware of my beauty, then do it. Do what you need to do to feel good about yourself. Always put yourself first. You have to put yourself first in order to provide other people with the best of you, and to be able to give them what they need from you. You need to work on you first. So that was my little rant, my little video for you today. If you enjoyed it, do go ahead and press the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a comment. Tell me how you coped with low self-esteem or low self-confidence, what tools you used to get you through that, or if you're still going through that now and you just want to talk about how to get through low self-confidence and what you can do to make yourself feel better about yourself. And yes, I will see you in the next one, guys. Bye.